Okay, 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 okay. Okay, Big Wolf on Campus, Season 2, Episode 16, Rob Zombie. It's Rob colon Zombie. This episode is a weird one. This episode comes right after Lori and Tommy break up. For some reason, she's pining for an ex-boyfriend. I feel like this should have been like when they were still trying to date. Maybe. Anyway, so Lori and Merton are in the graveyard, and Merton has a spell that's going to allow her to talk to someone from beyond the grave. Lori says it's her Nana Baxter, but we find out later it's actually her ex-boyfriend, Rob, who died in a motorcycle accident a year or two ago, or trying to jump the ravine. I say it's weird. He comes back. The actor is obviously in his 30s. He looks like he should be in his 30s, or early 30s at least. And all these actors are in their early 20s at this point. At least late 20s for this guy, I want to say. But, yeah, it's weird. There's no TNT in this episode. It's very weird. Because, like, you know, maybe them interacting with a zombie would be cool. First a wolf man, now a zombie? Sounds getting weird, Travis. But, man, he's a zombie, and he's gross, and he's come back to life, as zombies do. No mention of Night of the Living Dead, though, for Merton, so that should be... That's a mark on him, because he should have... No, this reminds me of Night of the Living Dead. You know? Or even Evil Dead. Because, you know, you say magic words and a zombie pops out, so kind of the same thing. Although the Deadites and zombies are different, I guess. Because Deadites are evil spirits that possess humans, where zombies are just dead humans. Come back to life. But, yeah, so... Even though he's a zombie, Rob and Lori want to try to continue their relationship, but of course the guys are understandably, you know, put off by this. So they put a Hannibal Lecter mask on him and give him 3 hours to spend together. But Lori takes the key from Merton. She pickpockets it when he's not paying attention, and so takes the mask off. But we also learned there was another girl he was cheating on her with named Marcy Lerner, because he's asking about his funeral and if any girls showed up. I guess there was a lot of girls, and Marcy Lerner was one of them, I guess. So Marcy Lerner is the problem I have with this episode. Okay, so Rob and Lori are getting back together. He brings her to her shack. He eats a rat, but brings her to his shack, and there's a purse there. She's like, Rob, whose purse is that? And he's like, oh, I think the caretaker uses this as a lost and found. And then Marcy comes walking in, and it's revealed that he's been cheating on her with Marcy again, and that's supposed to be a joke. Haha, look, he's cheating on her again. No. I am convinced Lori is the only conceivable person that would accept him as a zombie. She would. This chick would freak out. I'm sorry. There's no way she would just accept. Oh, he's back from the dead. He's a zombie. We're gonna continue what we were doing. There's no way. It makes no sense to me. And he's like, oh, I want her for her mind, her soft scrub daddy. It's just mine. And then she runs off, and Lori, you know. And Lori, for all being the previous episodes being, oh, I'm strong. I don't need anyone to protect me. Tommy comes in and she just stands behind him. It's like, what was that whole speech in the last episode? And then Rob somehow knows that Tommy's the werewolf. Oh, look, it's the friend. Maybe because Merton's with him, I guess. But Merton has a scroll that's supposed to You say the word, supposed to send him back. So he says it, nothing happens, or so we think. He says it a few more times, and then we see a view of other zombies being brought back to life because he's recreating zombies and not sending him back. So we get all the zombies and Rob against, our heroes. I'd say this is for Martin Hero. And Martin keeps trying to read the thing. So basically, Tommy and Laurie versus the zombies. Zombies, of course, do an homage to Thriller with like music playing in the background while they're walking towards them. Then Martin gets a clue on how to read the scroll when I think either his head falls off and he puts it back on, Rob's head falls off, or he gets kicked backwards. He goes, "Hey, my head's backwards. Hey, that's not a cute butt." I like the Spaceballs better. Why don't I tell me I had a big ass? Why don't I tell him my ass was so big? But so Merton gets the idea to read it backwards. To read the scroll backwards, and so that sends the zombies back. But I have a problem with he has to go to each collection of zombies and say it to send them back. Whereas before, he didn't have to go to each grave to say it to bring them to life. He just said it and they all came back. So why didn't I just say it all once and they all just disappear? He has to go to each one. I don't know, but yeah. And so all the zombies just head back. And throughout the episode, Tommy has been trying to play like, what's it called? Skee ball, or just throw a football thing into a hole, or even crumpled up paper into a wastebasket, saying, "I'll make the shot, or we're not get back together someday." And he keeps missing. Now I will say this: at the end, he does make a shot. However, it is the only time that he doesn't. That before he makes a shot, he doesn't say, "If I make the shot, Laura and I are gonna get back together again." He just throws it, and it goes in. So, but because he didn't say it, though, it doesn't mean anything. Not that it would mean anything if he made it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, but yeah. And eventually, by season 3, this whole him and Laurie thing kind of just goes by the wayside. They're accepted to be friends. Kinda. I don't know. It gets weird towards the end of the season, but this episode was fine. It's not a terrible one like the Mr. Roboto one, but it's not one I go back to all the time. It's one that I remember because I like Rob, the actor who plays him. Any brains? He goes up to the Chunky Chicken counter and goes, she's like, "I welcome Chunky Chicken to the, let's say Chunky Chicken. That's Rocco's Mountain Life. The Hungry Bucket." He's like, "Welcome to the Hungry Bucket. What can I get you?" He goes, "Brains? I'm sorry, we don't serve brains." Again, there's no thing in your mind going, "Wait a minute, why would he ask for brains?" Maybe she thinks it's a Halloween costume or something. I don't know. They missed a great thing for it being Halloween. And I know continuity would have thrown it out the window, but it's still the fall, I guess. Homecoming just happened, even though the first episode of season 1 was the last game of the season, but Homecoming is like one of the beginning of the season, so continuity errors abound. But yes, so there it is. Moving on.